Hello teachers. Today our team will discuss some business protocols that Fortune entrepreneurs should follow when they plan to do or doing business in Vietnam. And in this meeting, we will show the most common ways on how to build good relationship with the potential partner in Vietnam. And the first persons will talk about this.
Okay, let's begin with keeping the faith in Vietnam business culture. One of the key elements of communication in a business environment is respect for others. Sometimes people fall into a situation where they can't find a way back because of their own behavior. In the hierarchy of needs theory, Maslow mentioned humans have a need to be respected and a need to create personal value. Saving face for others is also a way to respect them. A person who doesn't know how to save face for others also means that he doesn't know how to respect others. Such people not receiving the respect for others and also losing their own values. Respect for others is the mark of an educated person. Thinking about the feelings of others and knowing how to change the angle to think can gain the trust and support others. Respecting others is a form of attitude, also a kind of ability and virtue. The need to put oneself in other position to take care of others' self-face and protect their dignity. Therefore, that is the first and important factor that needs to be focused on to contribute to the creation of civility in communication, in business, and many other fields. And the next session will introduce about civilizing in business atmosphere.
Yeah, come with me. Communicating in the parties. A harmonious, friendly style as the parties will have business, builds good relationships with partners, colleagues, and others. A reading friendly smile is connections that removes the distance between you and the people around you. No one's promise before that's complete lunch. Accept introductions and a handshake. The best way to mingle with strangers, the first way to get acquainted is always to ask new person's name. The situation is arbitrary. Can skillfully learn the relationships between the newcomers and the host to find common ground, gradually closing the gap. And now, how to success a story at a meal. It can be an issue of interest to many people, a host talent issues to discuss together and analysis and expand the story into many fields, different life concepts, introductions about the world, and inquiry about the world of people next to them, avoid case disputes, speech and gestures when talking, raw interruptions, serious sitting posture, no nerves, no washing dishes before taking and eating. Don't answer the phone right at the dinner before dinner table or talk too long with just one person to share the whole things. And number two is how to eat at a party. The way at eating shows the culinary cultures of businessmen, from how to sit and how to use napkins, how to use knives and forks, how to provide free wine to how to eat different dishes. Sitting positions, sit up straight. The chair is about a hand away from the table. The back is behind the middle of the back and the back of the chair. Do not sit cross-legs and do not put your hands on the table. How to use napkins in eating utensils. Napkins is recommend to use the four corners of the mouth toes to gently wipe around the mouth, avoid sweeping across the mouth. Sorry. Eating utensils, for this is using the knives and forks. The right hand hold if the left hand holds the forks. Both calling and eating avoids making noise by peeling the dish first and then cutting it later. If it's dishes, if a dish using a chopstick, pick up a small piece. Don't raise palm to and slurp. Don't use your chopstick and or spoon to throw them around on other food plates. But use shares utensils that are already available. How to use food and drink. Ship it with a spoon, hold the spoon with the same distance as holding pencils, with the left hand supporting the bowl, with the right hand swirling each spoon to eat, avoiding making noise. Main dishes, depending on the type of food, there is a suitable pickup style. As for fish, takes the fish along the bone, eat from the bottom half to the top half for meat dishes. Cut meat into bite side piece. Wide. Come to wide, yeah? When pouring, keep the glass on the table and pour. Take occasional sips with the meals, but avoid drinking alcohol with the food in your mouth. Drinking too much is not recommended because alcohol can make people lose awareness of their behavior. If you can drink, you should choose another drink to toast with everyone. And some notes for you. Guests should not eat in front of everyone. When eating dishes with sauces, do not use spoon or spoons to scoop out scarce our sauce. Do not use fork to stick the bread and then rub it over and over on the plate. When the waiter brings the food, you should not choose this or that piece, but the waiters will serve you the food. If the waiters invite you to choose, you can choose I will. Do not put a lot of food on the plate. And don't eat too big. Don't open your mouth to eat. Don't chew too much. And eating should not make any noise. Avoid burpings or hiccups while eating. And what I will remember. It's a delicious dish. Do not actively ask for more than this, and unless the waiters actively invite guests to eat more. And avoid placing leftover under the tables to the or directly on the tablecloth. Avoiding collisions, breakage, noise from tools in the events of the collisions or breakdown. Absolutely, do not make a fuss, but it's still because everything will be handled by the waiter. And the last for you, not only the event at the beginning, but also the parties at the end of the parties is also part of communication skills. Many people find way to withdraw from the parties and things that is does not affect the atmosphere to others. But this is not polite ways. In the business, the ways you break up enhance your image and can open up enough opportunities with your partner. Come back with a sincere farewell to those sitting next to you, along with Fro.
And about social etiquette and rating in Vietnam. Whenever you meet Vietnamese friends or potential business partner, start with slightly smiling for a sign of goodwill. Smiling naturally every note, and then bring out your truthful manner in both business and social atmosphere. You need to handshake comment when welcoming and saying goodbye in Vietnam. Xin chào is how strangers formally greet each other. When a woman extends her hand to you, you may shake it. Otherwise, both your hands slightly for greeting. Following the Confucian tradition, start with greeting the oldest person first. When meeting a group of people, always greet everyone, including children. And about seniority and respect. In general, this is a very important aspect of Vietnamese cultures. Vietnamese highly appreciate senior members with regard to company position, years of experience, and or age. For instance, members who hold the highest position of the Vietnamese company are always welcome and introduced first in business meeting. And about title, in Vietnam, people don't use surname to call each other. Therefore, you should call other people by their first name and together with an appropriate title. In formal situation, you may use Mr., Miss designation plus a first name to communicate among partners. For example, Chairman Tuấn, Director Ngọc, Miss Lang, and Mr. Hoàng. Agencies.
This given in business has become a beautiful culture. Vietnamese people often pay little attention to the material values of products, and the good thing is for nothing. Therefore, we can easily see that every time there is an important occasion, Vietnamese people prepare gifts very thoughtfully and carefully. The products might not be too expensive, but it must be meaningful to both the giver and to receivers. The gifts might be small, but each should be a distinctive feature of the business. Vietnamese enterprise often have a very realist heritage, in particular in business. Business will distinguish three objects that will receive gifts, including employee, partner, and customers. In these three groups, business will also have different gifts to properly appreciate the position and importance of project in promoting the development of companies. Meanwhile, many businesses are those in choosing objects and those about how to distribute gifts, leading to a group of customer, partner, and employee who feels that they are not important to the business which indicates to the products, the form of the message, and the form of gift wording as required to and make an impression on the gift response. Business also takes advantage of that to print logo on gifts. This is a way to promote products and brands at a very low cost, but with high efficiencies, which it applies by many business. Logos printing help to bring the image, message and campaigns of the business closer to potential audience, keeping a long-term trust of partner and loyal customers compared to other advertising and marketing campaigns. This is one way that business can directly influence the perception of everyone.
Now we are going to talk about table manners. Culinary culture is the way of choosing and refreshing food as well as the way of eating and enjoying food uh, through person, but it also shows the personality, behavior, as well as the relationship between people. Culinary culture in business show the capacity of business and uh, individual represent the company's culture is the face of the company. Therefore, culinary culture in business communication is very important and it partly determines the success of entrepreneurs and businesses. Example, the internal company include between employee and superior and between employees in the important company parties or in room parties to tighten the spirit, solidarity and sharing to complete tasks better. Business to customer can represent an individuals of the the person business customer. Vietnamese people attach great importance to meal, so they always create a feeling of comfort and warmth during the meal. If you are a guest at the
That means you should pay attention to a few rules to stabilize and respond to the hospitality in a culture and delicate way. When eating, do not sit too close to the tray or too far from the rice tray to fit the food in the tray. Absolutely avoid full rice in your mouth. Also, don't blow hot food, but have to slowly scoop the smaller part close to the side of the bowl. When chewing, it is forbidden to smack your mouth or make noise when eating. You should pay attention to how the food is dipped. Only the first portion, not the tip of the chopstick in the deep bowl. The hard bite should not be dipped.
So I'm going to talk about body language in business communication. Body language in communication is very important, and in business, the use of these languages help you increase your influence and create sympathy with your partners. Therefore, the role of body language in business communication is also very important. The fourth is eye contact. Eyes are the most impressive element of human emotions. Therefore, making eye contact show one's interest in the other person and increases the speaker credibility. The second is facial expression. People can express themselves or express emotion through facial expression. And in business, if you want others to feel sympathetic toward you, a smile is the most effective facial expression to bring success. It shows your cheerfulness, friendliness, and enthusiasm, and it contagious to others, making communication more convenient. The third body language in communication is gestures, and gestures can also show hesitation or lack of confidence in communication. A strong, weak handshake will create a feeling of trust and respect for the customer.
Yes, these are communications in the business environments to shows for us, and let's keep in mind that it's very suitable and best benefits for you. Okay, thank for your listenings. Bye bye.